everyone, it's Victoria Syme from chilly Toronto, Canada, coming to you today with another Tall Ships 10, this time on sponsorship and social media and how you can stay relevant and active on both during this really unprecedented time with COVID-19. For those who don't know me, I work for Harmony Marketing, a boutique marketing agency in Toronto, and we co-produce the Red Path Waterfront Festival, which is an annual event on Toronto's waterfront, and every 3 years we launch the Tall Ships Challenge, Great Lakes series. So here we go for tips and tricks. So the first set of tips that I have are with regards to sponsorship, and the first one is communicate. And really it's just checking in with your sponsors, both current and prospect, to let them know that you're there, let them know that you're thinking of them, and also just to check in and communicate about what you know in your organization as of now. So you might not have all the answers, and that's totally fine, but it's really just being as transparent as possible, letting them know what's going on and what your plans are for the next foreseeable future, but also letting them know that you're going to continue to update them. The biggest thing I would say is just don't do any hard selling. It's not really a time to sell. Obviously, there's a lot of sensitivities right now, but it's really just checking in, staying top of mind with that sponsor, and also letting them know that you're there. So the next is educate. When you're in discussions with those sponsors, really educate yourself on what their goals and objectives are for sponsorship going forward, and if that's changed throughout this pandemic, so you can try to adjust your asks accordingly in the future. I would also recommend to be as educated as you can in everything to do with COVID-19 and how it's affecting your specific industry. So the festivals and events industry, the tourism industry, and the attractions industry. Obviously, it's going to be different rules and regulations state by state and province by province, but really being on as many webinars, conference calls, anything that you can do to be in the know of your industry will be great. So the next tip would be pivot or reposition. And this is really taking all the information that you have from those sponsored discussions and seeing if there's new opportunities and new benefits for those sponsor in these online times. So for example, if you have a lot of online Zoom calls, webinars, conference calls, is there an opportunity for you to use a digital backdrop? I've been seeing some really cool things. Zoom has virtual backdrops where you can impose the sponsor's message, logo, things like that. If you're doing any live streaming or YouTube videos, could you do a 15-second sponsor introduction, or could you do a 15-second sponsor commercial? I would also recommend kind of repositioning some of your marketing and social strategy to include a lot more sponsor content. So reach out to those sponsors, ask them what they're promoting right now, and if they have any messaging or photos that you can help push out for them, and really start to include that in your social. So next is tidying up. Really by this, I mean update your target lists, update your e-databases. Do you need to update your website? Are there photos that you can collect and you can store and organize? Anything that you can do that you don't really have time for when you're sailing, recruiting, or doing festivals and events, it's a great opportunity to do all that now so that once we get back to some sort of sense of normalcy, you'll be able to hit the ground running. So switching a bit to more social media specific, I'll give the same advice I did in the beginning with sponsorship, and that's really just to update and communicate to your followers and fans on social media and through your website, just with what you know as of now. You don't have to go into a big lengthy description or detail, but this is the current state of our organization or our ship, and this is what we're working on right now, and that you will continue to update them as you know more. We did the same thing with our festival. We updated our website and all of our social accounts just to let them know that we've had to postpone, but that we are working on other dates for 2020. My final tip is with regards to content. I wanted to give some ideas of what you could post out on your channels. So I always recommend keeping content short and sweet and as beautiful as possible. With everybody having screen fatigue at the moment by going online all day on their phones, on their computers, you want to make your content as eye-catchy and as creative as possible. High-res photos I definitely recommend, and you can just do short captions with love this view or miss this view, can't wait to get back to this view. Emojis always work very well. Reach out to partners, sponsors, past crew members, event producers that you've worked with. Ask if they have any content that you can help share. This could help with your photos, your messaging, anything else that you can put into a content calendar so you can plan ahead and you don't have to worry from day to day what are you going to post. I definitely also recommend doing some community engagement, so following new people, engaging with others, liking their comment or liking their posts, liking their content, and not just posting. Photos from the deck of the ship can be great. Places you want to visit again, top 10 places we can't wait to visit when we're able to. A montage of beautiful photos or a collage. Live videos and instructional videos are also a lot of fun. You don't have to do this live, you could pre-record it, but there could be some fun with your crew members teaching knot tying or chart reading, things that don't necessarily have to be done on a ship. Hello Sailor is also a fun hashtag you can use. We've done this in the past at past festivals where we featured crew members from a different ship every week. So you could feature one of your crew members each week, and they're more likely to share that with their friends and family as well. And then you could do live recipes or cooking from your chef. And finally, if you have any fun shanty songs, or if you wanted to do a live music cocktail hour and everybody can do a beer and cheers, something like that that just keeps your community engaged, and you can say hi to everyone. So thank you so much. I hope that this has been helpful. Feel free to reach out. My contact information is on the next slide.